Hello again, good here friends. This is part 2 of my grind to 150. I'm about a quarter of the way there. Today I'm going to take you through some trials. We're at difficulty 80. Been trying to get higher and higher, and it gets pretty tough. I have finally shifted over to Rollace using his 9% deflect, which is amazing. It's not huge or anything. I did replace Shrimps with him simply because I found Shrimps was just way too passive. I finally am using Quirk here for his 30% crit. The alternative is to use, I believe it's Shade or Curade. Also has 30% crit. Has more health, but just doesn't do as much damage. 257 versus 334, and I believe the speed is the same. Yeah. So I'm finding Quirk just doesn't take any damage at all during the fight. So I'm using him as my cannon, and then I'm using myself as the healer. So again, I'm gonna take the sword off and use my spirit staff. Works with any staff. I lose some attack and a little health, but I gain some speed. And what I'm currently trying to do is try out the speed agility build. You can see here my runs are all speed, and gives me plus 5% speed on top of the 410 that I already have. So if you'll notice here, whenever he starts to go, the battles take a little bit longer because I'm not putting out as much damage, but my frontal guy is just constantly healed. And since he has that 9% deflect, you'll notice here in the video how often you see that. Obviously it's only going to be a 9% chance, but if he's healed up at all times and just never has the chance of dying, it's a pretty good wall. I can't quite auto the whole thing on level 80. I have to do a couple things strategically. One being the health tower. If you have a health tower or the mana tower, what I usually do is try to intentionally not use it. For example, right here. If it's on auto, it would use it right now when I'm fully healed, and that's just a huge waste. What I like to do is go through and kill all the small mobs, and then once it's time to fight the boss, I will come and use the health thing. Or if my team is just really low. Every once in a while you'll get like a super buffed guy in a group, and he'll be a lot bigger. And he'll just take your whole team down to like less than half health. And in that case I would use the health tower. For example, this spider down here you can tell is large. He's a lot bigger than normal. So when I fight this guy, most likely the spider is going to be bigger than the other minions. And he's probably going to hit harder. Hopefully he's in the front line. He's not. So it's going to be rough. I'll probably take a lot of damage here. So I'm going to try to kill this guy as quick as possible so I can get to the second guy. Because the second guy is going to pack a punch. See? Look at that. Bam. Half my health just gone. Another cool attack that Rollace has here is Chomp. And while the amount of damage it does is semi-minimal, you have to understand he doesn't have a really huge attack anyway. So what this does, it'll hit the opponent and drain that amount of health and give it to him. So I just gained 204 when these guys are only dealing 133. And if you notice there were some moments where I had the choice to either hit the spider or heal myself when I was starting to get low. And sometimes killing them is more important than healing, because if you heal and they stay alive, they can attack multiple times. So I'm going to go back to auto here. Doesn't look like anything super powerful. This blob thing looks pretty big, but I think it's okay. But if you guys have the ability to do the fusion and get Rolais, he's, in my opinion, better than Shramps. Shramps will mitigate all the damage for you, 30%. But this guy, the deflect is such an amazing ability, because not only does he evade it completely, but he sends it back to the opposing team and does a considerable amount of damage. Now, I did not see a mana tower, so what I'm going to do, when I have a weaker group like this, I'm just going to spam 1, and that allows me to build up my SP, and I just basically just take the damage. I don't care about it. Since I have a health shrine, I'm just going to go through now and build up my SP, so when I fight the boss here, I have a better chance. Alright, this looks like the last guy. When I know it's the last guy, I like to first try to take out the back person, or at least just one person in general. I can take out the front, that's fine. Usually the back does more damage, but then after that I will just mash 1. If I start to get full, I will heal. I don't want to, for example, right now, if I choose just to do 1 now, I will lose 1 SP, basically, wasted. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a bigger attack here. I would heal, but I have a healing tower waiting on me, so I'm just going to do a heavier attack. One-shot that guy. Save some SP. Save SP. Okay, now all 3 of my guys are nearly full on SP. I know there's no more critters to kill, so I use my health tower. And now it's time to fight the boss. Every time I go to fight the boss, I make sure not to fight the boss with my spirit staff, because I want the ability to hit the minions in the back. So I'll put my sword back on. If you have a spear, it works the same. But I want to be able to take out the back row, because he is most likely going to be in the front row. I will double check my runs every time, make sure they're experienced. If it's Friday and it's item find day, I will make sure the item finds are in, because you can find legendaries once you're at level 70, even off of the trash mobs that found them. Okay, so he's a huge tank in the front. I'm going to kill the bat and these 2 guys before really messing with him at all. Of course they evade. Alright, I'm going to just pick off the back row. He doesn't do a ton of damage, but he can help hit the back row as well. And I'm just passively healing him. Like that right there was just my Gum Gum here. And with this higher agility build, my pet Gum Gum heals 30% chance every turn, and if I have higher speed, I get more turns. So the theory is that I will just do more healing passively by having higher speed. So here's the judgment call. He has just a fraction of health. I could hit him with this, or I could deal damage to all 3 with a cleave. So I chose the cleave. Alright, another cleave. And now just put it on auto. It's pretty easy. He does a considerable amount of damage, so my front guy, once he gets to about a quarter health, or if my back guy starts to get low, I just keep an eye on him. Then I'll take it off auto and use a minor healing potion. Looks like this time I got lucky and don't have to use anything. If you're able to beat a trial and if you're not having to use a single potion, that's usually a good sign that you need to take it up a difficulty or 2. So I'll start going into level 81 now and seeing if I can do that with no potions. And some days I'll climb like 5 difficulties and not even level up. It just seems like I figured out something that helps me progress. And for example, last week I was stuck at level 70, and now I'm at level 80. All I've gained is 1 or 2 levels, and you can just keep climbing. My goal is to get to, I believe it's 120. Yep, I want to get to 120 as soon as possible. But I believe until I either gain a few levels or get better familiars, I'm just going to be stuck where I am. I did save up my gems, as you can see here, for a possible legendary encounter. So I'm hoping to get Azeroth or Kalido here soon, and then I'll make sure to do a video on that. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Make sure to stay tuned for part 3. I'm going to do a walkthrough on some, probably some dungeons, just some simple gameplay for you guys to watch. And this is all on our road to level 150. It's been quite a grind. I figured it would come faster. I have a lot of friends that once they hit level 100, it seems like they just level up so fast, but that's just not the case. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Stay tuned for part 3, and McProseph out.